territory for me, so all please be nice, as this is my very first
Okay.
time administering Lord of the Rings TTRPG. All right, so you
Our first time
guys
playing it.
find yourself in the council. I don't have images for all you people because nobody submitted them, but that's fine.
I have
Sent
one.
you one.
No, I submitted mine.
Where is it?
It's on my my character, and I also DM'd it to you.
Oh, you know why? Because you're not logged in. That's my fault. Who's your character?
Deal.
I see him. I got him. He's in there. So we are on the Rivendell map. Oop.
The Ravendale map.
Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to myself. And then Lauren, you're playing a Sylvan Elf, right? Do you want to look at these and pick which image that you want? Or do you care?
Why do I have to pick one of those?
Did you send me one?
I'm going to.
Okay, well, for right now, I'll just put a placeholder in there for you. This one's very fetching and attractive, too. You're muted.
I said, oh God.
All right. So you guys have been summoned by Elrond to Rivendell. Each of you had walked in through the wooded realm and found seat at his council porch, where you will have seen Elrond sitting in the back middle, and to his left, some of you would probably recognize Glorfindel, and to his right, there is... Don't have his name written down. Dang it. I'll have to find his name. I didn't save it. But as each of you go to sit down, noticing across the room that there's a mixed bag of races here. There's humans, the dwarves. Some of you may even recognize each other. I don't know, do any of you recognize each other for the elves?
Who are elves here?
I am.
Everyone but me.
No, that's not true.
No. Dustin's a dwarf, isn't he?
Nope.
And what are you, Callisto?
I'm a hobbit.
Okay, so hobbit, dwarf, and then Travis is, are you an elf or a human?
Human.
Okay, so then it's me, me and, Tom, and then,
Death's an elf.
Beth. What kind of elf are you, Tom?
I am a high elf. Um,
A high elf.
Noldor.
I'm Noldor.
Do you guys want to know each other?
We can. I'm from Gondor.
Yeah, he probably know that I don't.
You'd be from the woods around. You'd be from Lothlorien. Yeah, you would be from, yeah, like that.
Lothlorien?
Yeah, Lothlorien, yeah. Out around that area.
Yeah.
And Lauren would be from Mirkwood. You're Sylvan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, decided. You flip a coin. You want to roll 20? See who knows who?
Sure.
Okay, don't everybody speak too quickly. All right, Tom, does her 4 mean that she knows you?
Yeah, we can know each other. That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
They're pen
Here you
pals.
go.
They're wee lads.
Nobody's really talking when you guys look in there. Everybody's kind of seated quietly unless you guys are talking amongst yourselves. I guess when Lauren walks in, you would notice... What's your... did you really put yourself down as Baja, Tom?
I did.
How do you pronounce your name?
My name's Aenor.
So you would notice each other walking in, but Elrond looks pretty disturbed. And once everybody takes their seats, if nobody's talking amongst themselves or wants to, I don't know what roles you would make, but I just had this starting out with him addressing you. So if you're all good, I will start with the speech, the spiel. All right, lack of silence means we go. All right.
said go.
Harbin,
Yeah,
you
well,
be
you're
talking.
muted. I can't hear you.
Yell at me if I'm not muted. What do you want?
I want you not to be miserable and embarrass me in front of my friends.
Aww.
I always embarrass you in front of your friends.
You're throwing off my Elrond voice. Greetings, strangers from distant lands and houses of old. You have been summoned here to answer the threat of Mordor. Middle-earth begins to tear itself apart. None of you can avoid this fate. You will unite or you will fall. As I look around this council, I see faces unknown to me. Please announce yourselves, for I wish to know why your houses have selected you. And he points at the dwarf to start.
Points at Harbin. My name is Darbin. I'm from Erebor. I was selected because everybody higher than me didn't find it necessary to come, so I was chosen to come here.
Greetings, Tobin. I feel that you have some lineage with Gimli, son of Gloin.
Yes, he is my cousin twice removed.
And why does he feel a meeting such as this is beneath himself?
He heard that there were going to be elves, and he's not a fan of the elves. I am the least tolerant, I guess you would say.
Kind of stares at you and says, I appreciate you being tolerant of my race and my home.
He nods.
And where are your dwarves at? Are they in Rivendell or did they not step in?
Oh man, I want to
Um,
hear how that
I
went.
Yeah, I think we had said that they probably wouldn't let all of you in.
Yeah.
No, I am currently the only dwarf. The others that came with me are staying outside of Rivendell because they just don't trust elves and they just felt more comfortable not being there.
Okay. And Elrond looks over to the human left of the dwarf and nods.
Greetings, friends from near and far. My name's Valandil. I'm from the free men of the north of Eriador. I come representing the Wardens of the Grey Wood. Those who protect those of the West.
And tell me, Valandil, is that correct?
Valandil, yeah.
Valandil,
Yep.
sorry. Why has your house chosen you? And that's just that, sorry.
I come representing the men of the north. If our friends from the south and Gondor are here, it's only fair that the kingdom of the north is represented as well.
If you were to look around, you would recognize that there are none from Gondor here.
I actually wouldn't know that. I don't know that at all.
I'm telling you that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that was Elrond, not me.
Oh, gotcha. Excellent. Well, I am happy to be able to represent both the northern and southern kingdoms then.
There is no feuding between you and Gondorians, is there?
I would say there's more apathy than there is any sort of hard feelings, for sure. I come as representative of all of the people, all the men of the West.
And yet again, you stray from telling me of the deeds of your house.
We are known for patrolling north of Bree all the way up to the northern wastes, being able to protect all of the people from the wretched spread of Mordor west. And I have volunteered to be able to represent my house.
I appreciate your aid in this endeavor. And he turns and looks at Helga and nods.
Good evening. My name is Helga. I'm but a mere hobbit from the Shire. I assure you, nothing fishy here. I am the entertainment for the group, invited by one of the elves, who is not here by no doing of mine, I promise. And I have to say, I know that hobbits are known for being thieves, but I promise I will focus on just the one job and provide songs and entertainment as we go. I have a few other tricks up my sleeves, but nothing shifty, I promise.
So Grim wants to know, are you modeling this after Helga Hufflepuff?
I am a kind-hearted soul,
Okay. I'm just checking.
if a little jolly.
It is not unusual to have halflings in these halls. We welcome you, as you are a friend to this realm.
Thank you.
Has any of you ever seen a halfling before?
We see them from time to time, the town of Bree. Fine folk, funny folk, and hairy-footed folk.
Tarvin?
Arbin would have seen hobbits.
Oh, sorry, Aenor and Aurelia. You guys seen hobbits before?
Ariel.
Ariel, sorry.
Ariel. As like say it
Ariel.
like Jamaican Sebastian.
Ariel!
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Ariel.
I love that.
Um, I may have in my travels seen hobbits.
Because you could have
No.
mistaken them for small children.
Yeah, probably. Not really my. That's something I probably would have paid close attention to, honestly.
I assure you, the distinct smell of rum would tell you that I'm not a child.
Or you just have terrible parents.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Elrond looks to you, Ariel, and nods.
Hello. What's your question? Sorry. Why am I here?
Are you asking in character?
Yes, sorry.
No,
No, I'm
out
asking
of
out of
it.
character.
Like, Elrond may have
Existential crisis.
Elrond may
I am.
TPK the party right as we go.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
why
God.
has your kin sent you here to represent them?
My kin, as you may know, is choosing to leave. They no longer wish to be here and are choosing to sail away. And I'm not leaving. And so they said I might as well come to represent them as nobody else will.
And what of your king, Thandril?
What of him? He's also leaving.
Huh?
Talking to me?
I heard somebody say something.
Arbin just coughed.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know. His plan, if he's leaving, those plans are unknown to me.
Well, maybe he chose to stay. I don't speak with them as much as my other brethren and sisters, as I choose not to dwell with them often. I don't wish to live as they do. I like to travel and see other things and enjoy other aspects besides just our life.
And he nods and looks to you, Aenor.
I was chosen to come here because of my vast knowledge of the history of Gondor, and also for my ability to communicate, debate, and basically speak to try to bring people together. Because that is what we need right now.
I couldn't agree more. Now is an imperative time for brotherly togetherness. I don't know how Elron would speak. How would you seek to bridge the gap between the races?
We would find a common goal to reach, and work toward that, and then work through compromise and work through our disagreements with compromise and learning about one another.
That's admirable. And a lot of elves would not take that road upon themselves. It is good to see your heart is as big as Middle Earth.
He just nods.
He goes to pull out an envelope. I have a letter from Gandalf the Grey, or as some of you may know him as Tharkun or Mithandir. It was sent from Gondor and simply reads, I believe I have found the weapon of the enemy. There is no mistaking what he speaks of. He has found Isildur's Bane, the One Ring of Sauron. Gandalf was last seen heading to Orthanc, and shortly after, Saruman accused Lord Denethor of conspiring with Gandalf to assassinate him, to take Orthanc for themselves. Lord Denethor's mind has started to grow a cloud of darkness of late, but I nor any of you can believe he would be so bold, or Gandalf so underhanded to attempt such an act. Something evil is stirring in the lands of man. It is up to you to decide how to handle this fate. He says that to each and every one of you.
Tell me more about this Isildur's Bane. Is this what I think it is?
If by
Is it one of
the Ring of Sauron, then
rings
yes.
of power?
Correct.
The ring.
The One Ring. The one that Sauron has poured his malice and hate into, his life force bound to it. Gandalf would not have risked what he did if this was not of great importance.
We must meet him. He said he was going to Orthanc?
He is imprisoned in Orthanc.
And you're wanting us to get him out.
If Gandalf has indeed found the ring, I doubt he would have it with him. And sieging a temple of the keep of an amazing sorcerer such as Saruman does not seem wise, especially from those so inexperienced in dealing with the ways of magic. I fear others have hastily gone to save him without consulting the wisdom of the elves.
So what is it exactly you want us to do? We don't know where this Bane is. You don't want us to try to get Gandalf out.
I merely advised against this. Our scouts patrolling our borders have seen small contingents of men leaving Orthanc and traveling to Eredor, each brandishing a tabard of a white hand. What plans Saruman has in the west I do not know, but if Gandalf indeed found the ring, Saruman would stop at nothing to find it.
Is anybody here close with Gandalf?
I have never met him. I've only heard stories in Bree.
Ha!
An
I
old
wrote
traveling man with stories.
I wrote half those stories. Gandalf has traveled through the Shire many times. Mithrandir. Bah! I knew him when he was just starting. Magic tricks. Bah! He'll get
Alright.
himself out.
So once again, our attention needs to be brought into finding this one ring. Do we have any idea where we can begin?
Well, I can only assume Saruman must know something if he's sending groups of men into Eredor. An assault on the keep may be prudent isn't the right word, right? Imprudent? Is that the opposite? Whatever. Maybe ill-advised.
Unwise.
Unwise. There we go. That's why you're here. But for him to start sending groups of men brandishing his own tabard, something is amiss. He has information we do not.
So Saruman has joined with Sauron.
If that was the case, I think we would see more of a presence of Mordor. Sauron seems to have no knowledge of this.
Know anybody that might have a better eye on this? Perhaps somebody from Rohan?
Rohan is in shambles as he looks over at Ariel and Tarvin might have seen. Its lands divided, its king preoccupied. If they are to
What
offer
about
any
the
assistance,
Elves of Lorien?
well, he looks over at Aeron.
Anor? Yeah.
Aenor, sorry. I gotta get better at pronouncing the names. I'm looking at my notes, not your names.
What is your question about the elves of Lothlorien?
No, of Lorien. Not Lothlorien, Lorien. Just east of Moria.
It's the same thing.
Is it actually?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, today I learned. Would they have any spies that might be able to help us with any sort of information? Something closer to Isengard than ourselves.
Nothing that I'm aware of. I feel like they would have told me something about that if I was coming here for this. But I mean, I could definitely send, a message and see if I can learn more.
It can't hurt.
I know that Gollum has escaped your capture and he tracks headed toward Orthanc. What?
Yours, not his.
Well, why can you whatever.
Right,
I
normal
asked
English?
I asked you, am I reading that out loud? And you said yes.
I said
Tell
you
me
can if you want to.
Okay. I know that Gollum has escaped my capture?
Your realms.
My realm's capture, and he
All right,
tracks
so
headed toward.
Aurelia tells you that the elves of the elves of Mirkwood had captured Gollum, and during his time there, he had escaped during an orc attack. And when Legolas, the Prince of Mirkwood, tried to track him, he lost his tracks heading towards Orthanc.
Is it common knowledge what a golem is?
If nobody wants to roleplay that information out, I can. I mean, we all know who Gollum is, so if...
Okay.
But Okay, so Lauren's just silent. So I just
You
asked.
want me
I
to?
asked everybody if they want to role play that knowledge out, and everybody was silent. You're the one. It's fine. It's okay.
Nobody knows that Gollum is a creature that had the ring for a very long time and became poisoned by it. And now that he's lost it, he's on a hunt for it and will do almost anything to achieve it and even undergo torture to try to protect it so he could get to it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody know that what that is?
I have heard tales of
Yes.
Gollum, yes.
Yes.
So it's a
I
problem.
have. So, I think there's one more piece here. Why was Gandalf going to Sauron? And why is Gollum going to Sauron? If Gandalf knew about the ring, could Saruman have the ring?
If Saruman had it, I would think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think if Saruman had it, we'd know. It wouldn't be hidden. But I think Gandalf went to him because they're the same order.
So then why would Saruman capture Gandalf?
Well, maybe something's changed with Saruman that we don't know.
Or perhaps something changed with Gandalf?
It's possible as well too.
Perhaps Saruman has captured Gandalf, but that doesn't explain why he is sending his armies into the area of the Free Folk. None of this makes sense. Master Elrond, where are you learning all of this information from? Are you sure of its sources?
Am I sure of Gandalf and my scouts? Yes. I would never doubt the words and eyes of my own kin.
Gandalf is a friend of the dwarves, so I would be interested in helping him.
Simply like to understand what is going on between Saruman and Gandalf and why Saruman would be approaching on the Free Folk. My people take great pride in protecting them.
You're very silent, Sir Aenor. Aenor.
Um, maybe we should, head down and see what's going on with Saruman. No, really. I mean, we need to talk to him, find out why he's doing what he's doing, because something's changed.
But if he is taking Gandalf, what chance do we stand of talking to him and not being captured ourselves?
An intervention.
Well, we make ourselves look non-threatening.
Glorfindel stands.
I mean, I could take my armor off, but that doesn't make me look less threatening.
Glorfindel sits up and says, "And tell me, what shall we do with the ring if we were to find it? What then? All this is trivial once we have found the ring.
Destroy it.
And how would you presume we destroy it?
What?
You don't have that knowledge?
I just assume we throw it in the deepest part of the sea. Let the fish deal with it."
Why
Yeah,
don't
but
you
why
try
wouldn't
it?
we want to use it against him?
Use it against him, silly child. It's a ring of power. You men would not understand.
Then we destroy it
It's
ourselves.
literally called a ring of power. Why wouldn't we want to use that against the greatest force of evil in this world?
Do you not know the stories of what happened when man tried to use it before?
Weak men.
Men.
Maybe it will take a woman.
There were no women in the fellowship. We have no idea.
Yeah. I just don't think it wise for any of us to use it. I think that it's trying to get back to its master and it should just get destroyed.
I concur.
The elf sitting next to Gandalf, Aristor, says, "Well, why couldn't we simply just give this Master Elrond to Tom Bombadil? His powers should be more than sufficient to quell or destroy this object."
What chance would we had if Tom was corrupted by the ring?
There is no force on this earth that could corrupt a being such as he, for he is more ancient than any force in this land.
Do you want to take that chance?
Are you telling me we'd be safer giving it to men? And he points to
No,
Valandil.
men's
Yes.
already men has
Yes.
already failed. They had a chance before and they failed.
One weak man.
I was there,
Not
Valandil.
dedicated.
I was there 10,000 years ago. When the strength of men failed. None were as
That
strong
was
as Isildur.
Isildur's heir.
That was Isildur himself.
Isildur's error.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard air. No, that was my error. If I had any common sense, I would have thrown him in the fire with it.
And that's probably where we should throw the ring now.
And that is the point I am getting to. I fear that Tom would be unaffected by the ring and simply discard it as nothing more than a nuisance. But yes, I agree. And the fires of Mount Doom is where this ring was made. It is only there that it can be destroyed.
I don't know why would we want to get rid of the greatest weapon against Sauron. We don't know if that will actually work. What if it helps him in the long run?
Destroying it?
Would help him in the long run. How?
Men are
Yeah.
already
There you go, men.
at the strength they used to be, but we could become greater than we ever have been. But you want to put us at a disadvantage against the greatest force of evil?
And maybe
Not-
you're not the greatest person to go on this mission then.
I'm not really worried about men or elves or hobbits or dwarves in a singular. I'm more worried about our entire world. So,
This is going to make a great story.
I'm just taking notes.
if
We want to call it the buddy ship?
yeah, if you're only worried about how humans would look and how man would look and not worried about the whole of the world, then I agree. Maybe you shouldn't be a part of this.
I was sent to represent the men of the North, and I will continue to do so.
Mm. The men of the North chose poorly.
Be smarter. You guys have already been corrupted by it once. I don't think anybody here wants to take that chance again.
Perhaps we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. We still don't even know a plan of what the next steps are. For all we know, it might be on its way to Saruman.
Hold on, he's
And
typing.
yet you are worried about what to do with it when we find it? We don't even know where to start.
So Lauren asked a good question, just in case anybody wasn't sure. This is the actual fellowship, the one that was supposed to take place in canon. This is not before this or after that. This is the actual Council of Elrond. I don't know if that matters, but Lauren was unsure. Yeah, no Frodo's here. No Sam. Gandalf's gone, never made it. There's no Boromir, no Aragorn, no Legolas.
Where is
That made me the replacement Frodo.
And where is the ring at?
I don't know. Saruman seems to think it's west.
Well, but
So now we gotta find it and destroy it.
We need to find it and then discuss what to do with it. I'll die before I see
destroy
it
it.
in the hands of an elf.
Wow. That,
oh, we can arrange that.
Never trust a human.
So does that mean that it was a different person that got it from Gollum in the beginning? Is that what I'm getting?
nope.
So
So we gotta go to.
Bilbo was real then.
Yeah, but none of you know that Bilbo had the ring.
I think we should trust Gandalf. We should find him and assist
Yeah,
him.
nobody knows that Bilbo had the ring.
But Gandalf right now was taken by so he is captured.
So, without metagaming, Bilbo has his birthday. Gandalf, or he gives the ring to Frodo. Gandalf touches the ring, thinks something's wrong, goes to Gondor, finds the stuff about the ring,
For 85 years.
and then goes to Saruman. Gets captured. Saruman accuses Gandalf of consorting with Denethor to take over Orthanc. And then here we are. Gandalf then went back to the Shire to talk to Frodo about the ring.
He then did or never
He
did.
never did.
Okay.
There's no Frodo for this, right?
Okay. So then we
Yeah.
need exactly what. Sorry, Callisto. What's your character's name again? I'm sorry, Helga. No, hey,
Helga.
Helga. Haha, I remembered. Okay. Then we should do exactly what Helga suggested and go speak with Gandalf.
Who's captured in Orthanc.
Well, we will have to go and
Uncapture.
uncapture. Exactly.
Yes,
Uncapture him.
What if, and I say this with care,
Okay.
we go to Gondor and perhaps speak with him and with a few of his armies approach Orthanc.
Speak with who?
Denethor.
He is a madman. He would sooner imprison us than help us.
He's not wrong.
Maybe we try to find out where Gandalf was before he went to Sauron. Maybe that would tell us.
That was in Minas Tirith, in Gondor.
We go to Gondor, go to Minas Tirith, and we try to trace Gandalf's steps, and then we get imprisoned. It's a short journey.
What if we get imprisoned and sneak him out from within? We could steal Gandalf.
Let me look up my magic spells. I don't have any.
Dwarfs can do magic?
You racist?
I'm.
You trying to say dwarves can't do things?
It was.
You want to take this
I was
outside?
simply inquiring. No, my short friend. I simply was inquiring whether your folk can use magic.
We're not allowed?
Okay. Lord Elrond, any other ideas about where we may begin this search?
My scouts report men with with tabards of a white hand on their chest heading to the west from Orthanc.
Maybe we should go to Bree and have a beer.
I'm fine with you guys going to Orthanc, but you've asked the same information 3 times. I don't know. That's all Elrond has is Gandalf got captured, and scouts report that there are groups of men leaving Orthanc heading towards the west. That's all I got.
I
Hey
second
man, I'm
that
trying every
ale.
other avenue I can.
There we go. Scout it.
I also like the idea, and this is Elrond saying it in Elrond, like convert it to Elrond's speech for you, of going to Gondor and trying to figure out what Gandalf meant. I mean, none of these are bad ideas. You just got to pick one. Gandalf said Elrond said it's ill-advised to go mess with Saruman, but he's not telling you not to do it. He just doesn't think that's a great idea. But it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do.
If we go to Gondor, in worst case, we could let. What is Travis's name?
Valandil.
Travis. What is it?
Landio.
Philandial. We could let Philandial do the
With a
talking.
V.
I said
Think
with
of
the V.
think of Melandial,
We could
We
except
could
with
let
the
the
D.
men. We could let
Don't
the
forget
men
the D.
talk. Let the man talk to the other man about the armies, and we could be looking and seeing if we could see what he was reading about, or if anybody has any knowledge of what he was doing, what he was looking at.
I think this is a wonderful idea and a great place to begin. Are any of you opposed?
I just want to be clear that you're going to go speak to him, and if bad things happen, then that would be on you.
Everybody seems so friendly here. I feel like I'm back home.
Not trying to be unfriendly, I'm just saying.
Once again, is
It-
anybody opposed to continuing to Gondor?
Just so you guys know, it's a 2-week journey on foot to get to Minas Tirith.
I feel like it's going to be a far journey anywhere we're going.
Any time to be able to, get close with one another.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm nimble. Good with the walk.
Keep your hands to yourself.
So then it's settled.
Question is more for our hobbit friend and our dwarf friend. Are you fine with the walk? It's a bit long of a trek, probably double long for you two.
What are you implying?
You're shorter.
And
I'll keep up.
Okay then.
If this is the will,
Oh, but you don't threaten a fight with her outside? Okay.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I asked if they were okay with the trek because their legs are shorter. That's all. That's not racist. That's an honest question.
I
I
want to hear
simply
from
asked if they
Erebor.
could do magic.
No, you assume that dwarves can't do magic.
Ha ha ha.
what was that?
Something funny, little hobbit?
Irony coming from the dwarf.
I will
First
keep
things
up.
first, we all need to just get along. If this is going to happen, we need to get along.
I have no problems with anybody here.
Well, I hope you like dwarfs, because I've got 75 of them waiting outside to go with us.
I have no problem with dwarves. Or men, for that matter. The non-weak ones, I guess that is.
To Minas Tirith,
Okay.
then?
Yes, to Minas Tirith.
Elrond says, if that is your road, then so be it. Rivendel's resources, while limited, are at your disposal. We can at least give you horses.
I will take it!
I will take the horses.
Yes.
I will help you ride these horses, Aurelio,
Yeah,
as
there
long
you
as they are
go.
yours to ride.
I will walk.
You don't like horses?
Dwarfs do not do horses.
I was
As a
asking
matter
you
of fact,
I was
we have
asking
a
you,
negative
Dylan,
roll.
telling you to ride him.
Same diff.
Same
So we gotta
diff.
get a we actually have a negative modifier when it comes to dealing with animals.
Really? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
That's why Bill
Save
never
a
let
horse, ride a
Gimli.
There you go.
Bill never let Gimli ride him, I believe. That was Sam's pony. Sorry.
Yep, the one
Bill the
that
pony?
gets
Yeah,
turned away at the gate.
I do remember flying off the horse. I just thought it was Gimli.
That's deliberate.
No, dwarves don't do horses
No natural sprinters.
for short distances.
Yep.
We have wagons that are pulled by ponies, but that's pretty much the extent of it.
I mean, I'll take a horse. I'm not opposed to a horse. Unless we don't want them for stealth reasons.
I think elves have like a bonus to animals,
Yeah, we do.
bonus
Yeah.
rolls and stuff.
What would we be? Who would we be afraid of identifying us? Simply people on the road.
I didn't really mean people like on the road. I meant more like if we were worried about being detected from like orcs or enemies, not normal
Are you
people.
afraid of orcs?
I'm not afraid of them. I just wouldn't want to give them the advantage of hearing us approach. Thought you said we were a wise man. Oh no, you said you weren't weak. My bad.
We must be going. Day is growing short.
Nope.
Like my friend here.
Wow. Just keeps coming.
Are you so who's all riding horses then? Not
I'm gonna ride a damn horse.
I'm riding a horse.
I'm riding a horse.
I'm riding a horse.
Cool.
That
Good God.
reduce that time from 2 weeks if we're riding horses.
Harpin's doing a wagon. His entourage.
Hashtag daddy
Oh.
dungeon daddy.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Lauren's asking me questions. What was it?
I did not. I said he said he has
You
wagons.
asked if we had wagons. You asked a question. I'm sorry, you asked a question. Don't tell me you asked a question. So what was the question?
My question is, if we're riding ponies now, does that shorten that time from 2 weeks down to something shorter?
Yeah, it'll probably be 8 days. The book says you can travel 19 miles a day normal on foot, and it's I put the calculations in chat.
Oh, well, swell.
But yeah, so instead of being 10 days, I think it ends up being 6 or 7. Assuming you have the
We
provisions.
did awesome. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure we like Elron will get our backs. He'll get us some goodies.
Well, he did say you have Rivendell at your disposal, even though their supply provisions are limited.
Well, we'll take everything we can.
Okay.
Girls of mead.
And this is your time. I mean, he says, if this is the will of the Fellowship, then so be it. And,
We go forth to Gondor with as many supplies as Lord Elrond can spare for us,
And he tells you that
in hopes of tracking downward Gandalf was going and what his plan was.
a journey such as that, even with giving you horses, provisions would be light.
That's fine.
Okay. He will give you
Is-
guys enough for a 5-day journey to feed and water the horses, as well as yourselves.
Oh, that's not quite 8
Lambda
days.
spread.
I mean, the horses can graze on grass, worst case scenario.
All right.
And we can hunt.
And give half as much food to the people who are half as big. I might spread out to 7 days.
You forget we got 75 freaking dwarves coming with us, dude.
That's right. You better work over your share.
Hunt. We can.
What'd you
Weapons
call me?
we have.
Not poor. I have my own provisions. Did not come here with nothing.
And look at the map. Is there a river or anything we can use?
Use whatever you guys want. It's your map.
Can we use Anduin?
You
Can we
go whichever way. I'm assuming it's saying a straight shot. So whatever the shortest distance is between here and Gondor is what it has you going. So if you drew a straight line on the map.
Okay, it's already.
But yeah, I mean, you
Okay,
can go.
gotcha.
You don't
Yeah.
have to go that way. It's just what the book is saying is the average distance.
My elven friend, how would it sound to go down the Anduin and stop by Lothlorien to be able to get some more supplies on our way down? Do you think your people would be able to resupply us?
How long will it take? How long? Yeah, probably.
Perhaps even stop by Mirkwood to see if there's a Legolas that lost the creature Gollum?
Super blurry.
Don't get me a better map, Dustin. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
I just pulled Google it, y'all, and I just put up in a different tab, so that way I have a
Yeah,
map.
I can.
We'll probably need it
I'll
as
try
we
to
go
get a better
along.
one. It's just zooming in. Yeah, it sucks. I'll get a better map.
So we probably would
Somewhere up
not
in
be
our
able
chat.
to resupply in Lothlorien, especially, and no offense, my friend, if we are traveling with a dwarf.
Bro, what if the
Especially,
dwarf just stays outside and we bring him stuff on our way back?
Is to be expected.
You can watch the boat. We'll return with goods.
I mean, we can buy some goods, but they probably won't just give us anything.
Elvins have grown stingy as the dwarves. Indeed, these are dour times. Very well
Yeah,
then.
we don't
We can
trust.
pool our money together and purchase supplies from the elves, as long as my dwarven friend here is okay to keep the boat company.
Where did you guys procure a boat?
Oh, from Elrond, right? He's got cute boats.
He offered to give you horses. He didn't offer to give you a boat.
Oh, He didn't not offer us a boat. Lord Elrond, do you have a boat?
Muted.
You got horses.
Yeah, right. Alright, well. Let me do the horsey game. Okay. Well, my creativity, guys. We just pony walk there.
And
That was
then
the
let's
plan.
begin our journey.
Let's go.
All right, let's just throw this in here and see if you guys get the only other thing I had. Give me first roll. Remember, everything is a 2d6. I need a perception roll, please. 2d6. So you're going to take 2 dice, for those of us who don't know, roll them, add them together, and then add whatever your total is on your sheet. Your skill ranks, your miss modifiers, your ability mod when you roll that skill. So if you're looking at your sheet, let me pull one up real quick.
What's
Be
it called? Here?
observe.
Perception.
Oh, it's still perception.
There's
It's
perception. Yeah. There should be a perception, unless I'm crazy.
There is.
Yeah, so you would
It's
roll
nimbleness and everything
2d6,
category.
you add your attribute and your miss modifier to your roll. So if you have a 1 in persuade for attribute and a +3 in skill rank, that is a 4 added to your roll.
Can you roll 2d6 for me, Dungeon Daddy?
You have a base of
Oh
8.
hell yeah! And then I add the perception modifier, and what was the other one?
Just perception.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Unless
That
you
would be a
guys
9
have specialties you want to
Valandia.
add into it, you can do it. What, babe? Yeah.
We didn't finish my sheet.
Oh, okay. So a 9, a 7, and what did you have? Valen. Wow,
Great.
now mine's
My
going
mic's
to
not working.
Valentine.
Yeah,
I
Valentine.
got a 9.
Okay, so 2 9s and a 7. So
Fucking flip out.
3 of you will start hearing some humming and whistling as you're walking around Rivendell getting provisions and ponies. And if you look, you will find a hobbit sitting on a bench in a grove, musing over a book that he is reading.
Can I approach first?
You rolled the 9, and Valendir rolled a 9. So,
I rolled a 9.
and Aurelia rolled a 9. So you 3 see this. You guys matter. Do you have a preference? Whoever wants to go, roll first. We'll see who beats it. Or you guys go with Helga going.
I have no problem with Helga going.
Okay, go ahead, Helga.
Helga's the halfling, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I? Well, never mind.
Well,
What?
yeah,
I was
no
gonna
problem.
say, wouldn't I just be able to hear them speaking?
Well, I'm saying you see it. You're not near it. So I don't know if Helga's yelling at him. Go for it. Go ahead, Helga. You see a older, gray-haired, nicely dressed hobbit sitting over a book, pipe in his mouth, just musing, looking very happy with himself.
Say ahoy, traveler!
Oh, blessed me! It's a halfling in Rivendell of all places.
Yes, hello. I'm here with my friends. Everyone is kind, except for a couple of the elves.
They do have
Don't
that
mind them.
tendency to be a little mismannered, but not so
That
much
they
to us
do.
little folk.
Would you spare a bit of tobacco and tell me, traveler, what you're doing here today?
He smirks. He is. Can you handle old Toby?
Oh, can I handle old Toby? I was there when they created old Toby.
You know, they say it's the finest weed in the South Farthing.
That it is.
And he, anxiously pulls out a pouch and he says, "None of these stiff ears will smoke with me. It's so nice to have one of my own halflings, or hobbits, sorry, to have a smoke with. And you see
I'll
him.
admit,
Oh, go ahead.
it's been a long time. It's been a long time, friend.
Come, sit. And he goes and starts puffing on it and starts doing some smoke rings. And he says, I do miss the Shire and being home, but I'm so excited. I'm on a little bit of an adventure myself now that I've finished my book.
I peek at the book to see if I recognize it.
And it says on the front, There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins. And at this point, Valandior and Aurelia, or Ariel, are you guys coming in or staying there?
Yep.
Okay.
Or not
You're
staying.
still muted.
Yeah, my headset's fucked.
Okay, alright. Valandior, are you walking towards?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have anything to say after you see that, Helga?
No, I'm just watching. I'm just
Said
listening
Helga. Said Helga.
patiently.
That's
And
fine.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was not about. I do want to say that I was nodding when Helga was pointing out about how there was a couple of dick elves. So
these are my companions. I
Ooh,
hope.
come sit, please. And then he realizes that Aurelia is an elf, and he says, and his cheeks go red. I didn't mean what I said about the elves. It's just a joke, you know.
None taken.
He starts to look at his pouch, and he starts to look up at you guys, and says, I might not have enough for everyone.
You don't have to waste it on me as long as you consider me a friend. That's fine.
Well, it's not a waste at all, not a waste at all. And he starts handing out, do you have pipes?
yeah,
What?
absolutely.
What does that look for?
What, me?
Yeah, do you have a pipe?
Sure.
All right, he, very sparingly puts some in both of yours. Tell me,
Very kind friend.
what brings
Thank you.
such a strange group of adventurers to Rivendell? This is just very not unnerving. It's very surprising to see in the land of the elves.
Everybody afraid to tell him?
Oh, well,
I really haven't been revealing a whole lot to a stranger yet. So yeah, no, I'm not saying anything.
I'm not there.
Me neither.
I'm
I
more so
rolled
meant
too low.
Helga.
Hmm.
Do you not want to tell him?
We are on an adventure. A good friend is in need of our help. Can't share too many details, but I can say it's a long journey, and I hope it will make as good a story as that book you have there someday.
This is my life's work. I've started writing it for my nephew, Frodo Baggins, but it's a journey that needs to be told.
Interesting. What happens in your story?
Any good author wouldn't want to ruin his own tales, and I have many more to write. I plan on going to the Misty Mountains and seeing lands of Bree. Sorry, not Bree. I gotta look at the map. Trying to go off of memory again. Well, no, it's Erebor is the name of the mountain. That's right. Sorry. What the hell? Lake Town, that's what it was. I don't know why I'm looking at the map. Seeing Lake Town again. Again, not in the middle of the earth professional. But yeah. You're all
You meet
very quiet. Is the smoke affecting you?
who?
Three of you. You're all very.
This is. What did you
I feel
what's this called?
This is
He
old Toby.
nods.
I've smoked something like this before. Makes me very relaxed.
My friend, is there room on that bench for you? I'm afraid I must sit.
He looks at Helga. Are you probably older than him? Maybe looking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Um. Yeah, she's an older. She just looks at Bilbo and expects him to get up.
Yeah. Immediately he gets up and he picks up his book and he dusts off the chair. He's like, oh, certainly, my lord, certainly. Please have a seat.
Valandil is kind of sweating a little bit. Obviously, the old Toby's hitting a little bit hard, and so he sits down on the bench and he's just kind of catching his breath.
You might wanna ease back on that a little bit. The elves are magical, but I don't know if they would indulge those who indulge themselves.
It is nothing.
Okay.
So I think I would feel a little bit more relaxed and talkative, and I'd be like, um, so I don't know, what brings you here, Bilbo? You're not an elf.
Nope, but I'm on my way to, like I said, see the Misty Mountains and some of the sights of the east, and I came to finish my book, and that is done, so I will be on my way.
But why'd you come here to finish your book?
It seems as good a place as any. It's nice, quiet.
Who do you know here?
I know everybody here.
Tell me,
How'd you
Bilbo.
come? Go ahead.
Sorry, tell me, Bilbo. Do you remember Gandalf?
Of
He used to
course I
come through
know
the
Gandalf.
Shire.
Yes, very old friend of mine. Very old friend.
Ah,
Haven't seen him
Where,
since my birthday party.
you haven't known him to get into trouble often, have you?
I've only known Gandalf to get into trouble.
when was your birthday party?
Oh, a couple months ago?
And he went where? To the Shire?
Correct. That's where I'm from. It's west of Bree. You probably wouldn't notice it. Many big folk don't.
And what, was he just there to celebrate with you?
Of course, it was my 111th birthday. Pretty old by Hobbit standards. Not so much, and he looks at you, not so much for the elves.
No, not really.
Well, this was an invigorating conversation. I'm so happy to see many diverse folk in Rivendell, but fear I must be going now.
Before you go, after your party, did Gandalf tell you if he was going anywhere?
All he would say that he would keep two eyes on my nephew. He's a good boy.
Frodo, you said his name was.
That's correct. Thank you for remembering.
So he just told you you would keep an eye on Frodo, and that was it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Is that like I said? Gandalf is a very old friend. They're very fond of Frodo.
We're not to frighten you, but we're
Your mic cut out. I hear you though. So she had asked, are you able to re-say it? Now your mic messed up. So oh, there you go.
not to worry you or cause you any alarm, but we've been told that Gandalf may have been taken. And we're trying to figure out if we could narrow down the timing of when it would have happened.
Bilbo's face goes white. I was like, what do you mean he's been taken? Does Lord Elrond know about this?
Yes, he's the one who told us.
Who would take Gandalf?
Just kind of trying to figure out if you knew anything about where he would have been going.
He's supposed to
So
stay
we
in the
could try to.
Shire.
He was supposed to stay in the Shire?
Yes. For some time, but you know how wizards are these days. I must go speak to Lord Elrond at once. And he goes to run off.
Maybe we should go talk to Frodo.
Tarbin and Aenor, you probably would, while you're going around, see older halfling running around and muttering to himself that he hopes nothing happened to him and hopes nothing happened to his nephew. As he's trying to find Elrond, he's asking elves if they've seen Elrond anywhere. He'll probably even come up to you, Aenor, and ask you if you've seen Elrond.
I have seen Elrond. I can take you to him if you would like.
No, I wouldn't want to trouble you. I just need to find him. It's a matter of great importance.
He was in the Great Hall.
And he runs off. Tarvin, you probably see him leaving. Aenor, sorry.
What are the odds that are two hobbits in the same place out of the Shire?
The
What
odds
did he
indeed.
want?
He wanted to talk to Elrond.
Do we see Tom and Dustin's characters, or were they back where we started?
Yeah, they're more back where they started. You guys had walked around the grounds outside.
Okay.
Give the remote to Marshall.
Still you and Tarvin and Aenor.
Okay.
It's hard not to metagame.
It's very hard not to metagame.
Well, I guess he has his reasons. He's an awful old hobbit to be here.
Yes. Maybe I should make sure that he finds Elrond, and
No,
Just-
that might not be a bad idea.
I'll follow after him.
You probably don't have to follow him too far to be able to hear him with your hearing. You can hear his foot if you're focusing on him. You can hear his footsteps. You know where he's going.
Okay. I'm gonna follow him
Yeah, it's
until I see him.
Tarvin well. Follow as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to follow him, Aenor, to be able to hear him. Do you want to follow him?
I do want to follow him
Yes.
to make sure he gets to Elrond.
Okay. So you will see him run to Elrond's main chambers, down the hall past the porch. And you can immediately hear him say loud, and he says, "Master Elrond, what happened to Gandalf?" And you hear Gandalf telling him to shush. And Elrond walks over, looks, if you were looking behind the corner, he looks to his left and right, and he shuts the door.
We heard Gandalf.
Elrond, sorry. Kids are messing around. Yeah, Gandalf's in there. But yeah, and you see Elrond look around and shut the door to his chambers.
Okay.
You gonna drop some E's?
Yeah, I guess so.
Give me, I guess, observation.
Housekeeping.
Okay.
Yeah. Observation.
7.
With a 7, you can hear Bilbo. Every so often his voice raises. It sounds like he's talking to himself. You can't hear anything Elrond's saying. But all you can hear Bilbo say excitedly is, Frodo. You hear him say something about his birthday party and staying there. What happened? He asks who Saruman is, why he would capture Gandalf, and then there's a long silence, and you hear some sobbing, and then you hear Bilbo suddenly say Frodo, and that he must go back, and that the only thing you hear Elrond say is we cannot afford you to go. You must stay here in Rivendell. We have people investigating this. It is much safer if you stay, lest you be picked up by the enemy and something terrible happen. I'm sorry, Master Baggins, but here you shall remain, by force if necessary. And Bilbo you hear footsteps, sunken footsteps, walk backwards and then slump onto a chair. And he's just sobbing.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So, since Bilbo was in my neck of the woods, the whole smog incident and whatnot, Tarbin would know of Bilbo Baggins.
Okay.
At the mention of the last name, because I was listening to.
Yes,
He's
but
quite.
your ears would not pick up what Aenor's ears would hear.
Well, now we're racist against dwarf hearing. Wow.
Well, it says in the game that
Can't be whispering. Can't be whispering.
elves
Can't hear.
have Superman-esque features things. That elves are ridiculous in this game. They can hear for forever. They can see.
the best.
They can see up to like 1,000 feet away perfectly, or something like that. It's ridiculous what elves can get away with in this game. That's why I said that he could barely hear Elrond, and the only thing he could hear clearly was Bilbo's high-pitched voice.
Got it. Yep.
So
Tarbin
if he can hear that
drop it back
normally, you're barely able to hear that at all.
Okay.
Hey!
And just remember, if he can hear that, that means Elrond can hear what's going on outside of the room. So let's just remember that the racial abilities in this game are ridiculous for elves. Elves are like superheroes.
The fact that we can walk across unbent grass and snow without sinking.
The fact that you need to twiddle your thumbs for 30 minutes to get a full day's rest is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's also true.
So yeah, Aenor and Tarbin, that's what Tarbin's probably like putting his ear to the floor trying to hear what's going on, but that's what you get, Aenor.
Okay. I just look down at Tarbin and go, "Come on, let's go."
Elrond says, "Who's out there?" Kidding. Go ahead.
Housekeeping.
We haven't had house dwarves since the dark days.
Deep. Tarbin walks off.
That would be something, house dwarves. I might have to do that. Okay.
All right.
Are Helga and Travis's character just stoned?
Well, Helga probably wouldn't be.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just a little, coughing fit. I'm good.
I think that we need to talk to the others about going and seeing Frodo, since he would have been the last one to see Gandalf. And that is something that we could definitely get info on.
Yeah. I'm down for trying to find Frodo. Is he here in Rivendell, did you say?
He's not in Rivendell. He was saying that he's back in the Shire.
Okay. Well, no. No, I don't think it's wise to retrace our steps away from Gandalf, away from Gondor.
I don't think it's retracing our steps because we don't know exactly what Gandalf said to Frodo. We just know he was taken after speaking with him, from what Bilbo said.
Maybe someone in the Shire knows what happened.
Yeah, and why Gandalf ended up going to Gondor to begin with. Because if we go to Gondor and they're all just like, we don't know why he was here, but he was here, and you expect us to give you armies when you don't even know why he was taken?
Well, I believe when Lord Denethor knows that, we know the whereabouts of the greatest weapon we could use against a Dark Lord. I feel like he may be interested. Just guessing.
Yeah, but then why would he let us with that knowledge out when he would just send his armies to get it, so he would be the one to take it.
I would guess at this point, Tarbin and Anor would meet up with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think it's wise. I didn't like the idea, but it was the only one we really had, as opposed to going and breaking Gandalf out. Now we have somebody who has actually spoken with Gandalf before he was taken and could give us actual answers. When you're really going to Gondor to get armies, and especially if you're going to speak with the madman himself, who, if like you, is so interested in this ring's power, why would he feel the need to even keep us around at all? He could just go for it for himself and really lock us away or kill us, honestly, since we have the knowledge of it.
Why would he kill and imprison people that Elrond sent for his aid?
The Ring of Power does strange things to people, especially
He doesn't
men.
even have it.
The knowledge of him knowing that it's out there and within his grasp could cause many issues.
Why would it put us at harm?
Have you ever been around it? Have you ever seen what men? I mean, my goodness, I've been around you for not that long, and the thought that it would even be possible to be in your hand is causing you to think that we should only do your idea and yours alone.
I am just simply offering my solution to a problem. I didn't say that we must go through with it, but to simply just throw it away seems quite short-sighted.
I'm not saying that we can't ever go to Gondor. I'm saying that we should go to Frodo first and take probably at least a dangerous approach first, and then go with the more dangerous, which would be going to a madman who would love nothing more than to have a ring of power and dispose of those who could get in the way of him obtaining it. And if you can't see that as a possibility, then I don't know.
I didn't say that it's not a possibility. I simply was countering that I think it's equally as important to get to Gondor. I do fear that the time wasted going back to the Shire might be just that, time wasted. But I'm not against you in this. I'm simply trying to understand why this might be a better opportunity. I understand talking to Frodo may be important. I'm afraid it might put us behind on schedule. We're gonna end up in Gondor anyway.
Well, it seems like you guys know things we don't, so spill the beans.
we
Yes. Oh, apologies, my friend.
we
Go
spoke
ahead.
with a hobbit named Bilbo, and he informed us that he knew Gandalf, and that Gandalf was supposed to stay in the Shire to watch over his nephew Frodo Baggins, and he was shocked to hear that he had been taken. And we didn't tell him by who, just that he had been taken and if he knew where he was, and he said no, he was supposed to be in the Shire. So I think that if we could go and speak with Frodo, who had, from clearly from what Bilbo was saying, had spoken to him last since he went to Gondor, then we could maybe get some information from Frodo without having to incite and inform an entire, not possibly, but also could be crazy person about the Ring of Power, and maybe get information without all of that happening. So I don't really think all of the hobbits are gonna band together to take the ring.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
That old hobbit was the Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Tarbin will do a 180 and he'll walk back to Elrond's abode.
Okay.
Where are you going? How
Talk to
the
Bilbo.
Bilbo's
Okay.
in Elrond's office.
Okay.
So, yeah, Tarbin will go talk to Bilbo.
Okay. What are the rest of you discussing while he goes?
I mean, I just would have recapped the conversation to what is it?
Aenor.
Aenor. Aenor. I would have recapped it and then said, "What do you think?"
I think that right now Aenor is in. I mean, I think that right now Bilbo is in shock over his nephew possibly being in some sort of trouble since Gandalf was supposed to be watching him.
We have no reason to believe Frodo's still in the Shire if he was in the protection of the wizard.
Yeah, but we don't know. So
That's my point. We don't know.
What's that
we can't
blowhard Bilbo doing here, anyways?
finishing his book.
Yeah, he did
Do
tell us he
anybody
was
here other
his
than
book.
me know Bilbo's tell?
Mm,
No. Well,
Not.
I might. Can I make a history?
yeah, you can go ahead. Go ahead,
I've heard
Helga.
ridiculous stories.
Well, yeah, you would probably heard
Ridiculous
a
stories.
lot from the Sackville Bagginses.
17.
17. So you know a lot of the story of the Thorin's quest to
Okay.
reclaim the mountain. You know that they did employ a halfling. There were tales of a halfling throughout the entire journey. But as far as elven history is concerned, it's kind of like a cliff note that the dwarves did it because it was against the wishes of King Thandorol.
Right.
But more Gondor history has a lot more written about it, more on the
Right. That's
human
what I
side
have.
of it. Yeah, right. So their elven history may not document that there was a hobbit in that journey, but Gondor history would have made more mention of it, especially when you put in the town of Dale and all that. Just a lot of testimonies
Yeah.
from people back then that there was a hobbit involved. A lot of times mistaken as a child of the dwarves.
Okay. So basically, yes, I would know. It didn't really say his name, but
Right, you know that
putting two and
there's
two together, yeah, two and two together now can.
you could. Yeah, you know Gandalf organized that whole thing, so. So Tarbin, you walk up to Gandalf's chambers and the door is closed. You don't really hear much on the other side, some light sobbing.
Carbon will knock elegantly for a dwarf.
Give me a strength roll.
Wrong game, sir. Wrong game.
No. That's where I'm just shutting this down early. Go ahead and give me a strength roll.
Gotcha. Boy. Oh dear.
13. With this being elvish wood, it's remarkable by elven standards that this dwarf was able to knock a hole into Elrond's door. And you can see through the the hole that you put in the door, that Bilbo scurried and fell back out of his chair and put his back up against the wall, screaming, "Who's there? Who's that? I'm sorry!"
My apologies. I forget the neatness of this wood.
And it looks like Elrond is not in the room.
You broke up. You say he's not there?
Yeah, he's not in the room.
Bilbo, I am Tarbin. I just wish to speak with you.
Go ahead and,
I am
and
from...
have your words. Please don't hurt me.
I would not hurt you. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't be here had it not been for you.
You have me at a loss, sir.
I am from Erebor, by the Misty Mountains.
You see him start to relax.
Yes. What are you doing in Rivendell?
So strange to see dwarves from Erebor in the halls of the elves. I'm sorry, you startled me. I thought you were trying to hurt me.
Never.
I've just been given terrible news, and it appears that my life and the life of my nephew are in danger.
Oh. I take it you've heard about Gandalf then.
Oh, jeez, does everybody know but me?
Well, I was asked to come to look into matters here.
He gets up and starts to walk towards you. What matters? What have you been asked to do? By Thorin's beard, please, tell me.
Gandalf has claimed that he has found Isildur's Bane, the One Ring.
He just looks at you and see his eyes kind of dart to the left, and then look back at you, and takes half a step backwards.
Gandalf was said to have discovered something, and he went to Saruman. I always get those two names mixed up.
It's all good.
Saruman, right?
I did too back in the day.
Excuse me. And he was imprisoned. So we are under the assumption that he has possibly changed sides.
And what of the ring?
We don't know.
Why does Gandalf think he has the ring? Or why does Gandalf think he knows where the ring is?
Don't know that either. We know that he left Minas Tirith and went to Isengard. He was imprisoned.
This is just absolutely terrible.
When was the last time you saw Gandalf?
2 months ago or so? I don't know how much it was in actual game time. It may have been, I think it was maybe even 6 months. But it was a while.
So Tarvin's starting to do math in his head about how long it takes to travel and here and there. And you don't think that Gandalf found the Ring of the Shire, did he?
How would I know if he found the ring of the Shire? I wasn't there.
Just trying to find out what Gandalf found out so we could...
Gandalf goes all over the place, and from what I understand, he was last in Gondor. How do I know what he found where? And I don't understand what this has to do with the Shire and why you're trying to draw these lines.
But didn't you say that Frodo was in danger?
Well, yes, he knows Gandalf, but you... I don't know what you're trying to get at. And you can see that he's a little confused, trying to possibly hide something.
Look, I know you don't know me. I understand that. And I'm not expecting you to spill your guts over anything, but I'm just trying to find a way to not let the One Ring fall into the wrong hands. That's all.
I understand. There's not much I can really do to help you with that. I'm only a hobbit.
Well, only a hobbit. Well, the hobbit that helped the whole dwarf family. You are a hero amongst my people, Bilbo Baggins.
That was time long ago. Many steps behind me.
Wow.
And he looks at his, puts out his hands. Time has taken adventure away from me.
Time comes for us all, except for the elves.
Heyo!
And he says, if you excuse me, there's things I must do. Things that must be done.
I understand. It was a pleasure meeting you, Bilbo. And Tarpon will turn and leave.
You as well, Tarpon. And he walks off.
Tarpon will go back to the group.
So, my friend, were you successful?
Bilbo was very
Oh, you got to speak with Bilbo.
freaked out. Yes, I spoke with Bilbo.
Could be the USB port.
Did he share some of the old Toby with you?
I'm sorry you broke up.
Did he happen to share some of the old Toby with you?
No, but I can tell that you had partaken. Surprised that you're still awake.
Please continue on on what you may have heard.
Do you think it's a good idea for us to go speak with Frodo?
Bilbo was possibly hiding something. He wasn't going to tell me everything, which is understandable. He doesn't know me. He's a hero amongst my people, so I hold him in a very high regard. But I would agree for something with Frodo.
Then I think we should go speak with Frodo.
It is what our journey brings next. I can see.
Yes.
Do we all agree?
Sure, let's all go talk to Frodo.
Are you
How
calling
long
it
Or-
would
because
it
it's
take
10?
for the Shire?
Are you calling it because it's 10?
Yeah, I was just going to have everybody make... Oh, there is no perception on here. You guys were right.
It's observe.
That's observe. You're right, Dustin. I apologize. I need to observe
There
rolls,
is-
please.
I need help with that.
Nope. Can't roll, can't play.
Oh.
Nah, you got a 7.
Thank you.
Ah,
9.
How'd you get a 14? What's your wisdom, your high stat? Or wits?
Yeah,
Or is it
2d6 plus
perception?
4.
Okay.
How do I roll 2 at a time? Sorry.
Right click the dice after you left click hold and then right click.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Oh, happy that I didn't only roll that.
I did not know how to judge skills in this, so I had this as a base 10, and Tarbin, you get it. I thought
I have
10.
11.
Do you have 11? Okay, then you both would see. Then I'll just say it
Yeah.
out loud. You both would see that there's a book in the bushes right near the little opening that you guys are at, Tarbin and Anor. Looks like it was thrown. It's kind of half open, a little scratched up from the twigs and stuff.
Pick it up.
And you will see that is A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins.
Ooh.
So you guys would have the whole book at your disposal to read and learn of him finding the ring.
Okay.
Oh.
So
You
10.
shady for
Heyo.
nothing.
So 10 was I probably could have made it a 15, but 10's pretty high for you guys right now. Okay, good to know. What's the highest somebody has? A +4 to a skill?
I think
That
so.
sounds right.
Okay, so then average would
Yeah.
be
My
Yeah.
highest would have been a 16.
yeah, an average. So yeah, 10's not
plus-
too bad. Trying to judge
Yeah.
skill testing here. So and now all I need to know is how you guys are going to go about getting to the Shire. I'll tell you. Actually, yeah, I just need to know what way you're gonna go to get there.
Can we
Let me
get a
figure out my
boat?
in-game map.
Can't get a boat. You got
Yeah,
horses.
honestly, though.
I need to know if you're
Damn
going
it.
to go through. That map is kind of rough, but I need to know.
Is it where the Z is? Where the 75 dwarves? Is that where we're starting at?
That's
Literally just
Rivendell.
take the east-west road through Bree.
Well, that's fine, but you're gonna
Over
have to
the
go through
Brandywine
the
Bridge to
yeah.
the
That's
Shire.
going through the Troll Shaws if you go west.
Remind me the probably dumb like. Oh
That's
my God,
where
can't believe
where
over
they
the-
encountered the 3 trolls and the Hobbit.
Okay.
Oh.
You know they're dead though, so I mean.
Yes, they're dead.
Not the other ones.
And my people patrol this area, so should be fine.
That's up to you guys. I just need to know if you're going directly west, if you're going another way or not. I think I'll put a better
I think
map
that's
in.
how I would have gotten here, probably.
Okay.
I think Tarbin would leave it up to others because this is unfamiliar area. to
Is
him, so-
going like gosh darn it. Where is this? Why can I not just move the thing? So if we went southwest and then turned and went west, is that a bad option?
You not knowing this land that well to the west, you'd have to make me a lore check. So the only people who would really know this would be Callisto and Vandiel. Valandiel. Sorry, I don't have because you know why? Because I have to put my cursor over your token because I'm not logged in as you. I don't have it up top.
You're good.
You guys could all make so for the non-west dwellers, you can make a lore check. It's going to be a high check, but the other ones will have an easier one because they're friends with the area. But Vandiel will be the most knowledge of the areas around here.
Sweet.
But where you're going also takes you through the Barrow Downs as well if you go west.
The
Past Bree.
grave sites
Yeah,
of
sorry.
my people.
So Baja is at a flat 7.
Oh no, that was earlier.
Okay. Saw somebody roll. I didn't know what it was.
It was me. I
Okay.
was rolling to see if I knew anything about lore, and I got a 6.
So you will know exactly what I just told you, that the troll shawls are significant.
Right.
Yep.
That's why I didn't say anything to you. I mean, I
Leave it
think
up to
based off the
Helga.
fact that none of us know. Oh yeah, Helga.
Helga
Do you
would know how
know?
to get home.
What's the safest way? So could you tell Helga what the safest way is, since she would know?
If she rolls, yeah.
Am I rolling 2d6 again?
Yeah.
Plus your lore, right?
Yep.
Plus lore.
Plus lore. And if you have one of the other lures, you would add that roll to it. Okay, I didn't say this. Oh gosh.
Yeah, there it is.
Lower check for you. So you would know that while there has been no real recording of dangers in the troll shaws, that there's always some creature in there, inhabitant, that that men overlook, or they probably don't patrol as much as they should because they think it's safe. But to the south the southwest as well. That while there are settlements in what the hell is this name of that place? Cardalon to the southwest has settlements. Henray is one of the halfling settlements of men, but there are encampments of half orcs at Ammon Fear, which is down that way. So there are dangers down that route, more concrete dangers going southwest, but unknown dangers going straight west. And then to the north, you're going towards Angmar, which you would know is through your lore background and knowing of creatures, that there are rumors of undead spirits to the north.
Yep. Yep.
So you have a unknown straight through, more known but definitely settlements to the southwest, or danger and risk and reward to the north.
But we have an army.
You do have an army. You do have 75 dwarves patrolling with you, which may or may not call attention to yourselves.
Straight west is my vote. Why waste time?
You could also send dwarves ahead of
Get
you.
Middle Earth.
You have that resource of 75 dwarves.
Ooh, good call.
I mean,
They
since we
can
have
announce
75
our
dwarves
arrival.
with us and we wouldn't, it's not like we could be really completely outnumbered. Maybe we could just go, I'm talking. Maybe we could just go to the west.
Take our
Hmm,
chances.
Taking my
I'm okay with
idea
that.
I
for
mean,
once.
if we know that, if you know that there's dangers down southwest, it's known. And then there's possibly dangers to the west, and also there's dangers to the north. Might as well just take a straight shot, no?
True.
Or we could take these armies and clear out those orcs.
Yes.
I say save some time. Let's go straight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm voting for going straight west to get there, save time, and then we have backup if things get crazy.
All right, we will be going west through the troll shaws. Sounds good. So we will meet back up here on the 4th of May. Is that good enough for everybody?
Works
On
for
Star
me.
Wars Day.
Yes. May
First
the
we
4th
meet
be
on
with
Weed
you.
Day, and then we do Star Wars Day. All these important
Yes.
holidays.
I'm down.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
All right. Is that, well, I know Siobhan's birthday is the 2nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if we did some on the weekend or not.
all right. Well, if you're not here, then you can let me know what's going on with the dwarves.
I will send the dwarfs to clear.
To clear. So how long are we
I'll
camping
save-
outside?
I will save 5 dwarfs to stay with me, and then I'll send the 70.
Marsha, go
And-
through.
All right. I will send you the stats for the dwarves. They're in the book, though. They should be under Army in the back chapters as well on that PDF you sent me. All right, cool. We'll see everybody back here on the